Good morning. It's Monday, August 18th, and right now Kiev believes that they have been stabbed in the back. Kiev has reeled as Trump has embraced Putin's terms for a settlement in the warlike situation that's been going on in their country. And this abrupt shift in Washington's stance has triggered alarms and a sense of betrayal in the Ukrainian capital. Donald Trump told Vladimir Zelensky in a call on Wednesday that he would press Vladimir Putin over the war in Ukraine. But by Saturday, after rolling out the red carpet for Putin at a high-stakes summit in Alaska, the U.S. president appeared instead to have aligned himself with the Russian leader, echoing the Kremlin's position and rhetoric. And the shift drew a sharp response from Ukrainian officials, soldiers and civil society who reacted with frustration and accused Trump of undermining their efforts to bring Russia's war to a just end. In a post on Truth Social, Trump said he wanted to go directly to a peace agreement that would end the war and not just a mere ceasefire agreement, which often doesn't last and doesn't hold up. He suggested the U.S. would not follow through with threats of new sanctions against Russia. He signaled a move away from efforts to constrain the Kremlin's war strategy. In recent weeks, Trump had publicly expressed great frustration with Putin over his intransigence and relentless bombings of civilians. But he changed his tone, and that caused alarm and a sense of betrayal in Kiev on Saturday. And that deepened as the details of the meeting emerged. Putin demanded Ukraine withdraw from Donetsk and Luhansk as a condition for ending the Russia's war, but told Trump he would freeze the rest of the front line if his core demands were met. That's what people familiar with the actions told the Financial Times. So this senior Ukrainian official told the Financial Times that this is a stab in the back, and that's how he was describing Trump's shift in ideology. He just wants a quick deal, said another Ukrainian official. He doesn't have the patience for working the whole thing out properly. So the chair of the Ukrainian Parliament's Foreign Affairs Committee summed up the outcome of the Trump-Putin summit for his country in one word: awful. It looks like Trump has aligned with Putin, and they both might be starting to force us to accept a peace treaty, which means, in reality, that the Ukraine has capitulated to Russia. So the whole idea of a summit, which was explained by Trump and Rubio, was to present Putin with a demand for an immediate ceasefire. And if he rejected this proposal, there would be severe consequences for him. But Putin has rejected that by offering instead a ceasefire as a peace treaty. And we don't see from Trump any reaction let alone any severe consequences. So now we have a situation where Trump has invited Zelensky to return to Washington for talks in the Oval Office. And that took place about 6 months ago when Zelensky got ambushed by the U.S. president and by his vice president, J.D. Vance, because Kiev had been reluctant to commit to a U.S. brokered peace deal on terms that were favorable to Moscow at that particular time. So I don't think that this entire Ukraine-Russia situation is coming to an end that the Ukrainians are satisfied with. Trump may be satisfied with where this situation stands right now. But Ukraine, a major player in the game, is not satisfied. And we'll have to see what happens going forward, since Trump has changed his position somewhat. More than somewhat. Leaning heavily toward the Russian position. And maybe that's because Putin has reignited his friendship with Trump. How about that? So I leave you with this. I don't think this deal with Ukraine and Russia is over and done with. There's going to be still more things that have to be done. And I'm in a wait-and-see mode now. So have a great day. Take care. Bye.